Hello there, I'm Miranda and this is Take a Moment with NCH&C, the show where we talk to you and your colleagues about experiences that affect you. Listen on your drive between patients or in your downtime, whenever you get the chance to take a moment.
In this episode, I speak to Nigerian nurse Nuella Ibezim about her journey to becoming a registered nurse in Norfolk and how she has found her experience so far.
My name is Nuella Ibezim. I'm a Nigerian, originally Nigerian, and I came from Nigeria also. So this is technically like my first time leaving my country. A big change for me. So
Yeah, I bet it has been. So how long have you been in Norfolk then?
well, I arrived last year November, so I'll say like 3 months or so.
And how are you finding it? How's it been the first 3 months?
Well, thankfully it's been nice. I was actually very anxious at first. I did not know what to expect. Being in the midst of people like I'm not used to, leaving my comfort zone for the very first time in my life. So it was like I was so anxious at the beginning. I was scared. I don't know what I was going to expect. I don't know what I was going to get. But getting to the ward, I got to meet the staff there were really welcoming. The ward manager, she's just the best. She's really nice. She's easy to approach. Back in my country, you don't. It's quite difficult for you to approach your superior, like your manager. Sometimes it could be tough. It's rare for you to find those that are really, really nice and stuff. But coming here, I had that. I came here with that same kind of thinking, like how will I approach this lady and all. But she's just so nice. She's so approachable. She keeps on reminding you every time that you can come and meet her for anything. That's what we get from most of the staff. You can actually walk up to them and ask whatever you want, and they are really, really helpful. Like I enjoy working in the ward, like in my ward where I work.
And how interesting to hear that, that's something that you were coming, that was one of your apprehensions about the
Mhm.
line manager, that you wouldn't be able to kind of approach them if you
Yeah.
had any requests or needs or anything. And actually it was fine. Was there anything else you found where, you thought it was going to be like that and actually it was totally different?
I think it was my main focus was majorly the getting to meet people in the world because that is where I'll be spending most of my time. Gradually, I'm getting used to the place, even though I'm not yet because I'm this kind of person that I'm not so open to people. I'm usually to myself for a while before I get comfortable and then. So I think I'm still trying to like come out of that space, and I'm happy that the people around me are not making me keep on staying in that space. I know that I'm able to talk to them or ask them whatever I want to ask them. And I know that they'll be willing to answer, like with smiles on their faces.
And so when you left, how were your family about you going?
They were so happy for me. My mommy was actually proud of me because it's actually not easy leaving your country, like it's actually a big deal leaving your country to another country to go and work or study or whatever. But then they were all happy. They were going to miss me. Obviously, I cried. Although my sisters were trying to act like it's fine, but I know deep down. My mom was so proud of me. Like she's still proud of me up to now. Like, and I'm so happy that I was able to make her feel this way. And then I'm also proud of myself for taking this bold step because it's really not. It's actually a bold step to just like leave your family and come out and be on your own in a world that's just totally new to you. So actually, my
It's a
mom,
very
she
bold
misses
step.
me every day. We speak almost every day. If I don't get to call her for one day, she'll be like, "You don't want to call me again?" I'm like, "No." But then,
You're like, Mum, I'm working.
yes,
You should be proud of yourself. It's a huge step. I can't believe it. It's amazing. And, and especially, the time of the year that you came over, it was
very
freezing
cold.
cold.
Yes.
It must have been. What was it like adjusting in those kind of winter months when it's dark and
Wow.
cold? How did that feel?
Back in my country, it was so hot. Imagine it being so hot. You're in this place, you boarded a plane in this particular hot environment, and then you come to another place and it's cold. So
And
it
the
was
door of the plane opens and you just
up
get hit with a
cool.
wall of ice.
And it was like I could say it was getting to my brain. Like I was no longer thinking well. I'm like, oh my god,
It's a different kind of cold, isn't it? Like it gets into your bones.
oh
Yeah.
my god. So look, funny enough, I'm getting used to the cold. Like, I'm not surprised that I'm getting used to it because I don't like cold. In my country, if you put on the AC, I could just off it. I don't like cold, but at the same time, I don't like heat. But just in between. So I'm surprised that I'm able to now get used to the cold, and I was like, I got used to it fast enough. I'm so surprised at myself. I'm
I'm
getting used
glad.
to it.
You'll be pleased to hear that today is actually quite warm.
Yeah. I'm saying
This is
11
the
degree.
sun is out.
11 degree. Like, I walked from my work, so it was cool. I did not feel like the cold before. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
But now,
So what's been the biggest learning curve for you then, Nuella?
for me, is coming to this place. I came to a different world totally from what I used to work. Like, from where I used to work. I used to work like in a general hospital. Like, I don't really have much to do. Coming here, seeing the differences, I've been able to learn different things in the space of how many months. I've gotten used to different, like a different kind of nursing. Like, this is a different kind of nursing for me. We have lots of trainings to do, lots of work to, like, you need to keep up, like you need to keep going, keep going. Each time there's no space. So that has been like the major thing for me. Like, coming to work like in a different space from what I've known, what I've gotten used to. Like, imagine where I come from, we don't use all this equipment to move patients. So coming here, I'm like, wow, okay. For me, it was fun. It was really like, I cannot even explain how I felt, but it was like a new experience. Like, imagine you seeing a new toy. I'm like, what? Let's see how this works. Let's see. I was just so amazed. I was happy that I was able to actually decide to come here, and I'm happy that I'm doing this. At least it's helping me to also broaden my knowledge and all. Normally, if I'm in my country, I'll just be like, I'll just be tired to open my book or whatever. But here, like, you don't have that space to just say, let's do it. You have to keep on learning. The learning process is continuous. So I think that's like the major thing for me, and I'm actually excited about this. And I actually want to see how far I go,
Did you not feel like that in your old hospital, about career progression?
because back in my country, if you need to do a specialty or something, sometimes the hospital might not support you. You're not really, there's no motivation, and I work well when I am motivated, and when I see motivation around me, it actually helps me. But back then, you can actually go to school if you want to. You can actually go back to school. But here it's like, if you don't do this, you would not. You just feel left out. So you actually have to do it, and you feel
Yeah.
like when you're doing it, you feel happy because you're able to contribute in your patient's care. It's not just about the doctors. Feel happy that you're able to contribute. You know what's going on with your patient. That's
So you've got some ownership over it rather than being told what to do next. You feel
Mhm.
like you've got some ownership over the job that maybe you didn't feel back in Nigeria.
Yes, like for example, now the ward Beachwood, we don't have like doctors on ground. They just come. So imagine you're there in the hospital the night. You have to be the one to make decisions on your own. Like, so you don't have to actually wait and say, wait, let's call the doctor, let the doctor come and see. There's something that you can actually, the one within your professionalism you can actually do, yes. But if it's beyond you, you just hand it over to the doctor. But they don't give you that opportunity. You don't even get to do what you're actually trained for. You just leave everything. I feel like it is actually a good thing, making you feel like you're actually part of your patient's care. Like, literally, you're part of it.
It's about feeling valued as a person in that you professionally can make those
Mm-hmm.
decisions and have that trust that somebody trusts you to make
Yeah.
those decisions, and you don't have to keep reporting back to a doctor, for every little tiny thing. You've got that trust, and that will help you feel more valued as a clinician, and therefore feel like you're giving your patients the best care. It's
Yeah.
brilliant. It's really good to hear that that's how you feel. Is there anything else like that that you've noticed coming over that you think you would like to teach your old
Oh
hospital?
God, it's a lot. A lot. It's just like bringing a whole system into a whole different system. So it's going to be strange. It's going to be challenging and all. So, but then it would be good if every nurse could feel like quite important in the healthcare system.
How have you found the support from the trust with coming over?
The trust has been so supportive right from the time we were in Nigeria. They organized like some kind of catch up huddles to keep on like checking on us. Like we were doing this catch up for like 2 months before we came here. So I don't know, like every other week we kept on doing. So the trust were they were so supportive. Like each time they call us like for like an hour, we'll talk, we'll discuss any question you need to ask. I feel like that was like the first support they gave. They were always there to answer you, to carry you along and all. Then coming here, apart from the fact that they were able to sponsor us because I'm very, very grateful for that, I know. So they actually gave us bodies to help us feel comfortable in Norwich, to help us settle down. And also the people who were part of the recruitment team, they were so nice, came to the airport to pick us, to brought us to where we were going to stay, kept on checking on us. They made it clear that they're going to support us, whatever career path we want to do. For me, it's just the fact that they are so welcoming. You feel safe, and I feel like that's like the best support we could get from this trust actually.
That's brilliant. And the buddy system is really good, I think, like to be able to have somebody who maybe knows the area, knows the community, can kind of
Actually,
get you settled. Yeah.
yeah, you get to know that they actually want you settled. It's not about just bringing you from your
Yeah.
country. You
Yeah.
know that they actually
We
care.
want you to stay.
Yeah, it's not about just bringing you to come and work. Like they actually want to make sure. Like in my hospital, most of them knew we were looking for accommodation. They kept on checking up. Like it was so nice that to know that some people actually know what you're trying to do outside. They actually know. So they kept on checking on. We've gotten accommodation now. Some of the bodies and volunteers were really nice, really really nice people. They took out time to come out and meet us. I'm happy.
So in terms of like the community, have you found everything that you need? Is there anything that you're missing?
Thankfully, I've seen two places where I can buy my cultural food. So I'm happy about that one. Like at least that one is the major thing. At least you can feel home because you know you have your food here. So at least that is because that was my fear at first. That because they say it's just in London you see, and also I was so happy to. It's just very close by that I can actually just run, and it's affordable too. So that made me so happy. I just I
Good. And
think
you said you went to church the other day, so you found a church and you're comfortable with
yes,
that community.
yes.
Yeah.
I'm Roman Catholic, so I'm blessed with churches.
What's your favorite thing about Norwich so far?
I feel like I've been to most places in Norwich because I've been able to hang out with friends. Yeah, I've been to the club like once.
Which club have you been to?
There's this one, Mojo's. Yeah, I've been like twice. Yeah,
It's really good that you're getting out there and doing because that's how
yeah,
you experience somewhere, isn't it? Like the
actually,
nightlife and
because I
yeah,
like to go out sometimes. I just like to go out. So I think it's just the cold.
it'll get better, I promise.
Well,
Um,
I would just like to say thank you to all NHS staff that has like contributed to us moving here. I just want to say I don't regret moving to this place at all, and I wish to stay for as long as I can. I just like to say big thank you to all the staff, everybody in NCH&C. Like I'm so happy I came. I'm happy actually. I'm happy they picked me.
Thank you for listening to Take a Moment with NCHC. If you've enjoyed this podcast, please visit the podcast intranet page to leave a comment and for details of our other episodes. You can also follow NCHC on all social media channels.